Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Responsible Solution. This is Stanley J. Targos III. I'm your host. I'm going to do a deeper dive into what are those 7 careers with one company and how is that even possible? Well, here's what I found. In my industry, financial services industry, traditional financial services, now I don't do everything that they do and I'm not going to teach everything that they teach or that they do, but here's what I found. In the industry, people go to a certain level and then they reach a certain point and then they bounce. They go somewhere else because they're bored. The people who are mentoring and training them only want them to get to a certain level because they don't want to let that person come over and take over their job or be more important than they are, or whatever the issue is. I'm not sure what the real issue is. But here's what I found. I went from one company where I was told I could build a certain level and I could stay there forever, and then they changed the rules on me. I went somewhere else, they loved what I had to offer, and then they changed the rules on me. I went somewhere else and they gave me an opportunity and I loved it, but then they didn't have the ability to let me grow, so I left. So we created Forever Debt Free. We created the Responsible brand with the idea that we could not only give the clients, the customers, and the families in our communities an opportunity to have a solution that works for them, but also give the people who work with us the ability to not outgrow our market cap, our potential, our space. So let's walk through what are the 7 careers in one company. First thing that we have that we start out with is the basics. It's the basics of helping people get out of debt. And I know that the debt issue is a real issue for most of the people that we come across because very few people even graduate high school without having a credit card, let alone college without a student loan. And the families have a parent loan. So managing debt is the very first thing that we need to solve for somebody. If we start teaching people about retirement risk, Roth IRAs, taxes, long-term care, unfunded health care, death benefit that you need or you're going to leave your family broke, Bitcoin, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, we're really building the roof before we build the foundation. So we're going to help people eliminate debt and build a safety net right out of the gate. And we can learn that for really 1, 2, or 3 years before we get bored because every person that we see is a brand new solution, a brand new strategy, a brand new opportunity, and a brand new relationship. And I worked in the college space for 15 years almost, came across thousands and thousands of people, saw thousands and thousands of solutions, and no 2 were the same, which means I got to feed my creative side, helping to create solutions on a daily basis, never got bored, loved it. But what I found is doing the same thing over and over again, if it's the same strategy, even if it's different numbers, different families, different people, still can cap my boredom. People fail because they have this innate ability to find out what works and immediately stop doing it because they're bored. My father-in-law said, Stanley, people don't fail in our business because they don't know what to do. Is they get bored doing the same thing. They don't realize the person they're talking to hears it for the first time. It's we get bored, so we change and we quit. But if we help people get out of debt and build a foundation, build a safety net, build that emergency fund, help them manage what's happening in their world, and we understand the debt solution, by the time we get bored with that, the families that we've been working with are growing. And they need a different solution. They can either continue to come to us and get the same information, or we can grow with them and we can feed their need to not make a change too. So think about the life cycle of a family, and let's talk about that. They get out of debt, they get an emergency fund. What's the next thing they need to do? They now have cash flow and they need to learn how to manage that cash flow, because if they don't manage cash flow, they repeat the cycle. But it's not just repeated at the same $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in debt. It's compounded. It's $60,000, it's $80,000, it's $100,000. Because they're managing cash flow, they've got a savings account. Now they look good to the world around them. They want to buy a house and a car. They get a credit card. They need a vacation. They've been working for a few years. They want to enjoy some lifestyle. So we can help them manage cash flow as career number 2. Managing cash flow is fun because it comes with different problems. It comes with different stories. It comes with a different learning curve for us. It's not the same thing getting out of debt, building a safety net and emergency fund that we need to know managing cash flow. It's what are the buckets you need to fill along the way so that you can manage cash flow effectively for you, but effectively for the clients that you're serving. And as they come to you with different stories, different scenarios, different things that are happening, they got a raise, they lost a job, they've got a gap that needs to be filled, they got a $10,000 bonus, they got a tax refund. What do we do with that? And when their debt's done, it's not just pay off debt or build your emergency fund. Once your emergency fund is full and your debt's paid off, what do? Manage cash flow for the next season of life. Well, what season of life are they in? Are they in a season of life that they're getting ready to buy a house, they're getting ready to get married, they're getting ready to have kids? Let's manage it for the next season of life. And this is one that we don't get bored with, but this changes. So we constantly have to keep up on this one. But when we think about managing cash flow, now people have different buckets that are filling in different areas. They might have a Roth IRA, they're funding their 401k up to the match. They're not in a tax situation where they've got a big tax loss at the end of the year that they need to save for. They're actually managing their cash flow with their dependents at their company. And I'm not giving tax advice. They got a CPA who's helping them manage this and giving the right information to them so that they're not getting too big of a refund and they don't owe too much. It's content. People get bored with content. That's when problems start. They might want to create a business, start a business. And we'll talk about that down the line. But right now, we've helped them get out of debt. They've got a safety net and emergency fund. Now they're managing cash flow because for the first time in their life, they have cash flow to manage. For the first time in your career, you get to help them manage cash flow and you're not just jumping up to reach bottom. You're not just getting back to zero. You're not saving for something, paying it off, and being at zero. You're not getting in debt, paying for something, getting back to zero. You're building an asset and a base based on how you manage cash flow. It's tremendous. It's super fun. It's super exciting. Third thing we're doing is we're giving them a lifestyle foundation. Third thing that comes along the way. They've got out of debt, they've got a safety net, they're managing cash flow. They get a raise, they lose a job, they get married, they add more money, they lose money. They know how to navigate that. We're there along the way to take all the emotion out of the decisions that need to happen, make sure they're not having an unintended consequence along the way. Now they want lifestyle. Are you upgrading your cars? Are you getting something that actually has heated seats and cooled seats? Something with a sunroof, a moonroof, a convertible? You need a third car? Are you going to take a vacation? Are you going to upgrade your house? Are you going to get a vacation plan that manages your lifestyle fulfillment on an annual basis? Does your lifestyle involve having kids, getting married? What is it that you need that you're not getting currently? We can help you build that. And it's not just about save, 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 and then buy the vacation. It's how do you do it along the way so that you're not on a constant diet through life? How do you have financial fulfillment as you navigate life? Third career, lifestyle foundations. We help people get a lifestyle at 25 to 35 years old after they've been out of debt and they manage their cash flow. That's a 10-year process. Now they're managing their lifestyle. Is the lifestyle going to stay the same from 35 to 70? No. But neither is their emergency fund. Their lifestyle foundation might include increasing your emergency fund because now you've got more at risk. You've got 3 kids. You've got college. You've got other things. Your $10,000 savings isn't enough. You need $30,000. How do we manage cash flow along the way so that when you reach that point where you're ready for lifestyle, you're not dwindling your savings and compounding a problem? That's the beauty of it. It's all new. It's all fresh. It's all fun. It's all exciting. Fourth one, families grow. Families grow. They have kids, they want a second home, they pick up hobbies or expensive sports, travel hockey, have a daughter or a son that does equestrian. That's not cheap. Any travel sport's not cheap. Art is not cheap. Dance is not cheap. Your ability to take your spouse out and do dinner and have a date night and have a vacation, take care of family, those are growing families. Are you putting an addition on your house because your parents might move in? That's a growing family issue. That's different than lifestyle. That's a growing family need. I have the ability to help people understand exactly what they're doing as they get out of debt, build an emergency fund, as they manage cash flow, as they're building their lifestyle, as their family's growing. Now I'm still there. They don't need to go find someone else to go work with them. I've built a relationship, done the hard work to get them to this place where they're able to succeed. Now we're growing their families. Fifth, big purchases. One of the biggest purchases that families make is college. And it's right at a season when maybe both parents are working, maybe you're at the peak earning career, and the universities look at you and say, you have the ability to pay a ton. We're not giving you any gifting, it's all loans. You might have saved $100,000 in a college fund, and college costs $300,000. That's a big purchase. You might need to change houses, and you might need to upgrade by $150,000. You might want to buy an RV or a travel trailer because you only have so many years left with the kids being at home. You might want to buy a vacation home on a lake so that you've got a place for not only your kids and their friends, but for your grandkids. You might want to make a big purchase and actually buy income during retirement. Have you ever thought of that? How do you buy income during retirement? Those are things that we have the ability to teach and train on, so what we're teaching on isn't getting stale for the advisor. It's also relevant for the families that they're working with. How awesome is it in 15 or 20 years when you've got fulfilling relationships with families and you've seen them get out of debt, build an emergency fund, manage cash flow, have some lifestyle, they're buying big purchases, and they've done it with you. You're watching their kids grow up, you're watching their kids succeed, you're seeing their kids start to save and build an emergency fund so their kids never have to get into debt. Number 6, retirement. And retirement is pre-retirement, retirement, and post-retirement. Those are really 3 different areas, but we bundle them into one. Because how you plan on retiring has an impact on how you retire. Fascinating. But it's not just retiring at 65, 67, 61, 55, whatever age you want. It's are you able to manage and maintain your lifestyle during retirement, not just for the first 5 years, but until you die? And then take care of your spouse when you die so your spouse doesn't have a lifestyle hit. So your kids aren't burdened with what you leave behind. And if we can help people manage retirement well, they're not only prepared in the 5 to 7 years before they retire, they know how to take Social Security, they know how to manage Medicare, they know how to manage their unfunded future health care, they know how to manage the tax issues and means testing on Social Security, Medicare, and RMDs. All of that stuff comes with what we're able to build in, teach, and train to. That's number 6. Number 7 is awesome because that's legacy. What are they leaving behind? People don't want to die and turn the light out and leave their kids with nothing. People joke about it. Google Archie Bunker, bury me in the backyard. No one wants that. They want to joke about it because they haven't prepared, and that's the way they can settle their conscience. But the truth is, your kids aren't going to bury you in the backyard. They're going to sacrifice out of their lifestyle to take care of the mess you left behind. And sometimes the mess is necessary. A lot of times the mess is not. And I don't mean that in a negative way. But you can't prepare for everything that's coming down the way, but you can prepare for some things. And preparing for nothing just leaves the people behind chaos. So let's take care of everything that you have the capacity to take care of while you're getting out of debt, while you're building an emergency fund, while you're managing cash flow, while you're building lifestyle, while you're doing those big purchases, while you're taking care of your retirement. Your legacy is the combination of the planning that happens from day one. I meet some people who are 55 and they're already in the 6th phase of life and they don't know it. And I have to do a lot of catch-up work. But because I've been doing this for so long, I have the ability to do it. And it's not fun to have tough conversations, but it's fun to solve the problem and give them hope. That's what I love. And the team that we've surrounded ourselves with at Forever Debt Free and the Responsible Brand, we have the ability to help you navigate that because we've had over 100 years of experience combined. We probably have 250 years experience. And it's not just with the basic steps. It's the advanced thing that come along the way. What happened if you meet a client who inherits $10 million? We can help you because we've been there. We've done it. You don't have to leave the company and the people that you've enjoyed working with and that you've been building relationships with. You don't have to leave your team and your tribe because you have one client with one opportunity. You have the ability here to manage all of it. And I'm not just telling you this because I want you to stay captive. We're not captive. I want you to be able to leave when you want to leave based on the terms for the right reasons. I don't want you to leave because you're bored. And if you love the people you work with, if you're having fun, if you're celebrating life together, if your families get to participate in the celebration because you're working with a good company, if your clients celebrate life with you, if you get invited to their birthday parties to their retirement parties, to their weddings, to their graduation parties. That's success. If you invite them to your daughter's wedding, that's success. That's 7 careers, 1 company, unlimited fulfillment. God's given us the ability and the desire to have community and fulfillment. And we can do that at Forever Debt Free. And if you want to be a client and this is appealing, we can help you. If you want to partner with us and you're looking for a change, we can help you. But no matter what we're doing, as a client, you're going to have 7 careers. You don't want to change advisor 7 times. As an advisor, you're going to go through learning curves and growths. You don't want to change companies either. 7 careers, 1 company, Forever Debt Free. I hope you have a great day. I hope this helps you. I look forward to meeting you, shaking your hand, and doing life with you. I hope you get every blessing God has planned for you and your family, and I hope you have a great day.